cattle on the old Capitol grounds to one of the nation's top stock shows and a world-class pro rodeo. Texas was, is, and forever will be cattle, cowboys, and cowgirls. This is Blue Ribbons. This is Buck and Bronx. This is Big Dreams. This is Rodeo Austin.
He said it just like it is. It is Rodeo Austin. Good afternoon, everyone. Nice to have you here at one of the very best rodeos of the entire year on the pro scene. And we'll be telling you a little bit more about the details throughout the afternoon. But I have a question for you. Is everybody in a good mood today? Do you have a smile on your face? Feeling good? I like that. Thank you so much. My name is Hadley Barrett. I'm one of your two announcers today. I've been here a good long while, and I love this rodeo. The other voice you will hear is my dear friend and colleague, Wayne Brooks, who happens to be the reigning Pro Rodeo Announcer of the Year. So you'll have a good time with Wayne as well. And our goal is to help you put a smile on your face and feel good about being here. And we have many reasons for that. I'll give you a couple of them. First of all, the mission of everyone involved with Rodeo Austin is to give young people in the state of Texas an opportunity to further their education. In addition to that, they have built this rodeo to the top 5 in the entire nation, and this year it will pay $532,000. You can be proud of that here in Austin. You've got the real deal on your hands. But I can tell you, we do have contestants that have never shared the experience of being in this arena. And we happen to know we have the very best rodeo audience in the world here today and every performance. So if you take just a moment of your time and a little bit of your energy, help me let them know that they're in the right place today. Let's do it one time for the contestants, all right? Let me hear you. Are you good? Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Please don't change your mind or your mood. A smile on your face and a good feeling in your heart. Those of you who have been here before know that we have a serious side to our game. And before we begin our competition, we would invite you to share with us the blessing of our Lord on our event. And before I begin the prayer, if you would allow me to share a thought with you. You know, before the lights went out, I was looking around in this building, and the thoughts crossed my mind, as they do frequently, and I'm sure they do with you. What a beautiful and wonderful free land that we live in. You know, the reason that we can, I hear you, we owe it all to our servicemen and women, and we thank them so much for what they've done for our country. Thank you for responding. And here is exactly what they've allowed us to do. Think about this. Do you know, we live in a land where we can all pray together. Is that not a neat deal? I love it. Our gracious and heavenly Father, we come before you here to humble prayer. And you know, we're not here to ask any favors, although not very often do we talk to you without asking just a few things from time to time. But we've learned so many things by your own teaching, the scripture that you have left with us. We've learned that all things are possible through your grace. So can we ask the blessing on our contestants, the animals, and the people that are gathered for this event today? But may we also take just a moment and let you know, Lord, how grateful we are for your many, many blessings. thank you for the gift of life, the gift of our families. And we thank you for the guidance that you give us in this road of life. You make the journey so bright. We have learned also that living our life as you would have us means everlasting life with you. What a beautiful gift. Thank you, Lord, for that promise, and thank you so much for being with us today. Your presence is felt, and you have allowed us to pray in your name. Amen. Amen indeed, friends. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that prayer with us. You know, it's just one of the many common bonds that we enjoy in America. We're going to open the spotlight on the entry gate to this rodeo arena, and I think I already know the reaction that we're going to get from this American audience today when you see the most beautiful symbol in the world. It is our beautiful red, white, and blue. That pretty young lady is our own reigning Miss Rodeo Austin, and you'll have a chance to meet her personally a little bit later on. But as we look at this flag, and a moment ago, by your applause, you thanked our military for what they do, and I thank you for doing that again. But I'll tell you something else. You know, this flag didn't come to us with any instructions at all. And in fact, no one has ever told me that we have to receive that flag quietly. So that being said, how about a little Texas pride here today? I'll tell you what, Miss Casey Graham has joined us here today, and Casey, this audience is alive this afternoon. We're looking forward to your beautiful presentation of our national anthem. Casey, if you will.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Casey. Well done. Oh, man. Well, the lights are coming up, and rodeo time is seconds away.
It is Texas Mutual since 1991. Check them out online at texasmutual.com. And we're going to move right down to the buck and shoots to kick off event number one. Now, in our arena are two cowboys with chaps and white shirts on. If you're not impressed with our cowboys and girls at both ends of the arena, I want you to watch these two guys. Two of the best ranch-raised cowboys in the world. Shandon Stalls and Brent Sutton, your cowboy pickup men. Let's go down and ride some bucking horses.
Chute number 3 is the location. One of the bright young stars in our game, Cash Wilson, Gooding, Idaho. Hey, look good. Yeah, man. Now they call that National Finals horse Cool Pieces, and he is one cool dude. You see those pickup men move in, try to bring him down quickly. Camper Clinic 2 brings you the replay and it looks exactly like this. Now, 50-50 deal in the scoring. He comes in strong, 79 to lead it off.
4 contestants out of every event today will move on to the playoff rounds of rodeo. We have a brand new format this year. Kenny Hayworth from Idaho and cross guard. Whoa!
Get off of my back and into
Wow!
get out of my way.
Oh my gosh. Let's watch Camper Clinic 2. They bring you our instant replay over and over and over again all night long. Watch this little dismount right here. Thank goodness. Thank goodness he survived. Ladies and gentlemen, he's right there. Tell him you're glad he walked away from that wreck. My goodness.
You don't think by chance that would make the ride of the night? Well, we'll leave the jury out on that. Boy, you will like this next guy. You like them all for that matter. His name is Clint Cannon. He's from Waller, Texas. 3 Wings is the National Finals bucking horse. Now watch as our pro officials will. The first jump out of that chute, position of his feet, up front, contact with the horse, that's required. Markout rule. There you go. Yeah. All right, he's opening up. Yeah, come on, Clint. So you look at the credentials of this guy. He has been challenging for the World Championship year after year. Some of the things he has accomplished is the All-American Championship. And Clint would probably tell you that the big gray horse was a load today. 74 for Cannon, 74.
Tell you what, you gotta have a dancing partner, and that means the 4-legged athletes in our game are just as important as our 2-legged athletes in our business. The big guy in the black hat walking across the center gate right now is your livestock contractor. Folks, it's a family that puts their soul and their pocketbook into what they do, and they have had for many, many years right here at Rodeo Austin. Folks, we brought some of the very best in our game, and they come to us all the way from Elk City, Oklahoma. Would you mind slapping your hands together and welcome your stock contractor, Mr. Benny Butler of Butler & Son Rodeo Company. His son, Rhett Butler, carries on the great tradition. You're going to meet the grandkids in our arena as well. Let's go back to the bareback riding. Grant Denny is our cowboy. North Dakota cowboy. Alley Trail is a bucking horse from the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. These are the kind every cowboy dreams about, okay? There's Rhett Butler right in the middle of your screen right there. He's trying to get that horse to stand just right. Even though you may not think we do, we think about safety continuously in the rodeo. We need our heroes, but we need them alive for the next day or the next week or the next month as the rodeo season approaches for our summertime right around the corner. All right. Nevada Cowboy, the more noise you make, the higher the points will be. Let's go. Atta boy.
I'm telling you. Now, Denny rode that horse a lot like you used to. When you were in the bareback riding, Wayne, he just happened to ride him a little longer than you normally did.
That's a fact.
78 is the score. So he moves into a number 2 spot. Nice ride.
Well, as of right now, that's going to guarantee a spot coming back for our playoff position about a week from right now. Let's go down to Wes Stevenson. Here is $1 million bareback rider, $1 million cowboy. He's made a living. He's fed his family for lots and lots of years in the bareback riding, and he's from Lubbock, Texas. Starburst is a great horse. They've won piles of money on this bucking horse. You watch his feet. This is some of the fastest feet in the game right here. Come on, Wes. All right, come on. Help him. Help him. Help him. Yeah, buddy.
And that's just very much like what we expected to see from that talented guy. You know, last year he was out with an injury most of the year. The good thing is he is back solid. Now, as Wayne was telling you, it's the move of their feet, the consistency of the ride, nothing out of place, including the score. 83 for Stevenson. Man. Nice.
There's the Cowboys that'll be moving on into our playoffs. The first 10 performances are kind of the first round of action. Playoffs will be our performances later on, a week from the final performance. That's where the lion's share of money is. Those are some happy guys right there. Congratulations, Wes Stephenson.
It was a nice opening event. I want you to meet the royalty of Rodeo Austin. Here's a pretty young lady that wears that crown, Chloe Costello. Thank you, Chloe, for the nice presentation of our American flag today. And our Miss Rodeo Austin Princess, Destiny Brown. Thank you, girls, for representing us in the royalty grand style that you do.
We are well represented, I can promise you that. American Bank of Commerce has a little fun for us. Later on in the performance, I'm going to get everybody involved, and we're going to vote on the ride of the night. Now, I would be willing to bet that the super-duper dismount from our bareback rider will probably be in the ride of the night, so keep that in mind. Big boys make their way across the arena. It's steer wrestling time.
Sarah!
By Farm Credit, enhancing the quality of life in rural America. We have one of our pro officials, horseback tonight. You can always recognize those guys. They've got the black and white stripes on. Welcome to Mike Todd, Travis Howe, and Chuck Haas, the three men that'll decide where the paycheck goes this year. How much money available? $532,000 at Rodeo Austin.
And here's a guy that would like a share of it. He is one of the great all-around of our game, Kyle Whitaker from Chambers, Nebraska. Now, when we use that reference of all-around talent, we're talking about a guy that can compete on bucking horses, rope horses, steer wrestling. He can do it all. Now, there is a good 5 8/10 of a second. So, you know, I guess, Wayne, when we talk about all-arounds, we're talking about, if you compared it to the NFL, a guy that could play defense and offense both, and there are not a whole lot of them.
He'd probably get in the barrel racing, but the girls won't let him.
You're right about that.
If he could, he would. I'll guarantee you that. Hey, before we go to the next guy, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. Your barrel man, your funny man, your man in the can is an award winner in professional rodeo. He's the big guy in the red shirt, and his name's Justin. Everybody say, hi, Justin.
Sunday Fun Day, right here.
Here comes the #1 man in the world today, Seth Brockman. Holy Toledo. 4.5 second run. There's a reason he's #1. He just won one of the biggest rodeos of the year, San Antonio, Texas, for about 20 grand. Camper Clinic 2 brings it to you. Hello, Justin. How are you, buddy?
Dude, it is awesome. It is beautiful weather out. Yesterday we had a full house. Like today, it's Sunday, it's sunny, the birds are singing. It is great. How many people are happy to be right here in Austin? Let me hear you. Yeah. So, I didn't get to ask this yesterday, but here in a couple days, I'm gonna get a tour of the campus. So, where are my friends from Hook 'em Horns? You guys here today? UT. Cool. We're gonna go down there. I might even try out for the cheerleading team.
You are?
Yeah, you don't know? I don't know. I'm just gonna check it out and see what happens.
All right.
Horns. Spirit fingers.
Rowdy Parrott, Louisiana man. Oh, my. Pretty fast. Oh, yeah. 5 2 puts him in the #2 spot right now. 5 2/10. That is our reigning rookie of the year. That young guy's going to win piles of money doing what you just saw right there. From South Dakota comes the next cowboy. Let's get him on the big screen. He's a big boy. Jake Reinhardt, Highmore, South Dakota. Justin, just so you know, don't lip off to me. Is my body there. Big Jake.
That's a big dude right there.
That's a big guy. $10 if you tackle him after he steer wrestles the steer to the ground. $10.
Really?
Yeah. I
I
dare
just
you.
got ran over by this guy.
I dare you. Double dog dare you.
$10. All right, you're on, Wayne.
You're on.
Good run, $10. Tackle.
6'7", 5. Come on, Jake. Come on, big Jake. Pull, pull, pull. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
What happened?
That dude's a lot taller than he looks. On the screen, he was like 6'4".
5.2 for Big Jake. You chickened out. That's what you did.
No,
you chickened out.
I got a cramp. So I was going to walk it off.
Timmy
big
Sperry, Helena, Montana. This guy set a record in San Antonio a couple of years ago with the fastest run ever in that arena with a 3-flat run. Now that would put him way out in front here tonight. 4.5 is in the lead. That's our number one time. Four contestants out of every event will move into the playoffs and try to earn their spot to our final performance. Talk about great entertainers. We've got them coming for 14 more days, including tonight. Where are the Dwight Yoakam fans in the grandstands? Where are you? Smooth run, 5.5. Are you a Dwight Yoakam fan, Justin?
I'm still trying to catch my air. I ran from over there to the middle arena to back here. And I can't breathe, not because I'm fat. It's because of the altitude of Austin, Texas.
We're not very high here in Austin, Texas, just so you know.
Google it. Let's see I'm not lying to you. It'd be worth a Google. I got to start working out harder because that took a lot of energy right there.
Do they have cowboys in Wisconsin? You bet they do. Nick Guy, Sparta, Wisconsin. When you look at ProRodeo.com online, you'll notice he's number 12 in the world standings today. There's about 5,000 contestants in professional rodeo. Out of all of those cowboys and girls, this is the number 12 ranked steer wrestler in our business today. He's been to our Las Vegas Super Bowl of rodeo a couple of different times. Wrangler National Finals qualifier. Another big guy in the big man's event. Nice, nice, nice. Four. And thank you for the recognition from the grandstands. Hey, if you'd like to party with the Cowboys, the 100X Club is right out behind this building on the, west side. Come out on the west side of the building. Big tent. That's where the Cowboys go and kind of blow off a little steam, have some fun. You're welcome to come. Thank you to Plains Capital Bank for bringing it to us. Have you been in there yet, Justin, to the 100X Club?
Tonight's going to be my first night, so ladies, come party with the Cowboys. Don't forget, I was a backup dancer in Magic Mike. I've got moves like Jagger.
Here you go. Here
See that?
Careful, careful. You're going to hurt something. Casey
See?
Jones.
All day.
Decatur, Texas.
YOLO.
We were talking about the world standings a moment ago. Here's another one. Number 7 in the world today, and he is the Energizer Bunny of the Bulldogging game. Watch this guy. Oh, no. I hate it when that happens.
Miss me. I know you miss me.
You know, we haven't let one cowboy get out of here feeling bad tonight. Let's keep up the good work if you don't mind. These are the greatest fans in the world. And I know you'll give him a little bit of that hospitality. There's only one to go, Justin, and they tell me that they have an extra steer down there at the far end of the arena. How many would like to see the clown bulldog a steer today? That'd be kind of cool. I would love to see that.
I would love to do that, but
Cool.
I still got this. I just ate, and
Yeah.
I don't want to cramp up. They say you're not supposed to throw a steer within an hour after you eat. So
Oh, no. There is no truth to that whatsoever.
That's a medical fact. Okay.
Jonathan Raggett's pull, yeah, buddy. There are no penalties. How about a 4.1 and the crowd goes wild? Nice run, Johnny. Wow, we just happen to have saved the best for last tonight. Folks, every one of the cowboys and girls you watch in this arena, every one of them pay an entry fee to be part of our rodeo. Now, I know John's pretty happy. He's got a big smile on his face, but you know what? For the rest of the cowboys in the event, what do you say we give them all a nice thank you for coming to Austin, Texas? Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's something you may not realize, and if you only listen to one thing I say all night long, listen to this next little spot. You ready? Here it is. Rodeo Austin is a non-profit organization. What are we doing? We're trying to put money together for kids in the state of Texas. Go to college. Money's to help buy the animals. Ready? Last year, we gave back to the kids of Texas $2.5 million. So you make a difference. Yeah, you make a difference. How do we do that? It's with great leadership. The guy I'm going to introduce you to right now is a volunteer. We've stolen him away from his family for literally thousands of hours, so he deserves a little recognition as well. Would you do me a favor? How about a hello to the president of Rodeo Austin, Hap Faubacher, joins us tonight. Hap, thank you for all that you do. Hey, we have some VIPs in our presidential box as well tonight. The president of College Association, Barbara Scott, joins us, and Vice President Helen Miller is here. Welcome, 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 welcome to the rodeo. We're surrounded by VIPs, Tony. Well, friends, when you talk about one of our fan favorite events, HEB brings it to you right now.
Sarah!
HEB is Texas tough. And to bring it to you is my partner down in the dirt, Hall of Fame rodeo announcer, Hadley Barrett.
Hey, what a great time at our rodeo here this afternoon. Did you see old Rusty Rodeo here? Betsy is here, and Percy Pig is here. We've got everybody. And my left arm assistant is right here as well. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Kids are gonna ride sheep. How many of you would like to see some kids ride sheep? Maybe we ought to find out. Woo! All right. Well, a thank you to our friends from HEB. They have made it possible, and here is the way it operates. I guess you need to know the rules before we begin, right? There are no rules. If you make it out of the chute, you're gonna get a score. Simple as that. All right, Taylor Niece, Leander, year-old young lady. First one to go. Yeah. Bingo. That is a 75 score for young Taylor. All right, we have another young lady. Now remember, girls cheer for girls, right? Sure. Hayden Flowers, Yuba City, California. She's all the way from California.
Oh, man.
71 points for our little California friend. All right, I don't know if the guys are going to cheer or not, but Sam says get ready. Sam Sontag. Look at that. Look at that. He is strutting. Well, he'll strut now. 85 points for Sam. 6-year-old young man, Drew Gentile, Spicewood, Texas. He is in there and out. He said, all right, baby. Well, there's another 71 score. And the bullfighters are helping him up out of the mud. He's smiling. Everything's good. Winston O'Krullick will go next. 5-year-old from Fayetteville. And a sheep riding dude. I'm telling you. Boy, that was a nice ride. If he could have just ridden him a little bit further, well, it's still a good score. 83 points. That's a good one, Winston. Brennan Rowan from Austin. Austin, you know what? The only thing wrong is he got in the back seat instead of the front seat, didn't he? That was all right. 75 wasn't all that bad. Pretty good ride. All right, Ryan Ward from San Marcos. He said there are a lot of folks here to watch me get off. 72 points for our San Marcos. All right, Kendall Baker from Austin. She's a young lady. Come on, girls. Let's do it again. Oh, boy. So I don't know exactly how this plays out, but the judges said mark for 85, but we had to give her a for try. 86. 86 it's going to be. Oh, man. Is that neat or what? Now, we're going to line all the kids up. We're going to put them up on the big screen where everybody can see them, all their family, their friends, and the whole deal. You know that? And I want you to meet, have we got them up on the screen? Sure. Look at that. Everybody see them? You see your own youngster, you see your neighbor. I want to welcome Tamara Jones from HEB. Tamara, would you come out and join me, please? Now, she comes bearing gifts, because you have a whole host of things there, and they tell me that every one of the kids gets one, huh?
That's right. We have our Texas Tough items right here, and this is just as an example of some of the HEB items in all of our stores.
So you're going to make these kids really popular with their moms when they get home with this basket of goodies. You know, I love the Texas Tough. You and I were talking a little bit earlier. The wide variety of products that you have in HEB is one of the things that makes them so outstanding. And what, 300 and some stores in Texas?
That's right. We have over 350 HEB stores across the state of Texas, and we're Texas Tough.
Yeah, I know you are. Okay, can somebody hold this for her? Can somebody take that basket? Because you happen to be holding something else that's pretty important. Would you hold that right at the camera where we can see it? We'll put it up on the screen where everybody can see. This is in solid gold. Well, maybe not solid gold, but it's got a lot in it. It is our championship buckle, and I'm looking to see who might have won that. She is 1.5 years old. So, you know, when you're a young lady, you use the half years. Some of them go the other way with it. Kendall Baker of Austin. Where's Kendall? Here she is. That's her. All right, Kendall. Come right over here, sweetie. Will you hang on to that just a minute? Will you hang on to that buckle for her? All right, here's what we got to do. You are on, what a pretty girl. You are on television now, so I need you to look right at that camera. I'll get my shadow off of you. Give everybody a great big smile. Big one. Oh, man, look at that, huh? All right, you're in charge, my dear. Can you tell everybody, hi, welcome to the rodeo?
Hi, welcome to the rodeo.
You did good. You did good. Your hair is so pretty. Did your mother fix your hair before you came here?
Yes.
She did? Did your mother tell you that if the man talked to you at the rodeo, don't say any naughty words? Did she tell you that?
No.
She didn't? Does your mom ever say any naughty words? Never mind, okay. We're gonna leave that alone, okay? You would do almost anything in the world for that pretty. She would give that to you, wouldn't you? So, if I held your trophy over like this, and if I kneeled down like this, would you give me a big hug around the neck for that buckle, huh? Okay, go ahead. Thank you, thank you. We'll be a while, okay? That's good. All right, will you bring that buckle up for her? Yeah, we got to do that. There it is. And there's our champion. What about this today? You are a sweetheart. You're the real deal. You know what? I hope we're the top five. We're the top five rodeo in the world, right, Wayne?
You got it.
$500,000, right?
You got it.
All the top cowboys.
Yep.
And we take a little time out for the kids, along with HEB. We're Texas tough right down here. You got it.
Tell you what, how about sending them out of here with a little bit more of that noise? Great job, all the kids in our mutton busting today. It was fun, fun, fun. You know, as we talk about putting money back into kids' pockets, here's the number one way we do it. The Bullock, Texas State History Museum, Friday the 27th at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's when all the kids will be selling their animals that they show right here at the Star of Texas Fair and Rodeo. All those steers, the lambs, the sheep, on and on and on. They're all there Friday morning, 9 o'clock on the 27th. A VIP joining us is the director of the Bullock, Texas State History Museum, Dr. Victoria Ramirez. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Thank you for being with us. Now, something we mentioned earlier in our first event, the bareback riding, is a brand new format at Rodeo Austin. What we've done, simplified the rodeo. Watch this, it'll explain it.
Cowboys gathered together to compete, with the bragging rights going to the best bronc buster. These competitions became known as Ride for the Brand. Rodeo Austin continues that tradition today with the Ride for the Brand Cowboy Tournament.
Team Event Pro Rodeo brought to you by Aaron Concrete. 25 years of service and our partners at Lone Star Paving. Thank you to Aaron Cabaza for your continued support. Team number one's in the box. Paul David Tierney from South Dakota. Jace Crabb of Billings, Montana. Well, if the name here, some of you old veteran fans, that's his son, Paul, the great Hall of Fame cowboy. Next generation is trying to win the all-around here at Rodeo Austin. I think we did end up with a clean run, 8 6/10 of a second. Now remember, as we just talked about that format just a few minutes ago, 4 cowboys, 4 teams will move on to those playoff rounds. How much could you win at Rodeo Austin? How much? Well, if you do it 3 times better than anybody in that 2-week period of time, $11,000 for about 20 seconds worth of work. Not a bad payday right there.
I would go for a little bit of that, and I bet these next two guys will as well. Cole Fisher, Corey Hendrick. They are set to go now. Comes from Louisiana. Hendrick from Huntsville, here in Texas. If you wonder where some of these events originate, well, they are all identified with cowboy life. But in the team roping, this is the way larger cattle are handled in the open range. They have been for a long time. We've never found a better improvement than doing it like this. So we rope one of the two hind legs. That will cost you a 5-second penalty by losing one of the legs, and takes that 6-second run to 11 4/10. 11-4.
I'll tell you what, Hadley, I just want to jump and kind of talk about some of our entertainers that are coming our way. Monday, that's tomorrow night, Eli Young Band. Tuesday, Panic at the Disco. Next Wednesday, the Beach Boys. Yeah. Next Thursday, Randy Rogers Band. Joe Nichols, the Turnpike Troubadours. Lori Morgan and Pam Tillis have teamed up. Did you see that?
I love that. You know, Pam Tillis, it has been a long, long time since she performed here, but she has been here before at our rodeo. That's going to be absolutely great.
Great duo right there for sure. Tyler Farr, Boys to Men, that just names a few. And of course, the final performance, the final night, will be Kevin Fowler. There you go. Almost forgot it. Kevin Fowler.
Yeah.
He's been the final night here for years.
I know it. He is such a great entertainer. Jay Corman, Tyler DeBing. So you have it figured out again. Slipped a leg, cost 5, 11 9. But as we continue to talk about the advancement of the top 4 out of the field that you'll see here as they will move on to the playoffs, right? He's in there, or they are, I should say.
Boy, I like this next header's name on the heading side, Lightning Aguilera. I like that. Lightning Aguilera. Ryan Tittle, our 2014 Canadian team roping champion on the Heelan side, is the team we're watching right now. Lightning is from Texas, so if you want to cheer for the Texas guys a little more than the rest, okay to do that. You bet. Uh-oh. Wow. We're falling apart here. We're falling apart.
So, you know what? Thomas Bremen, Cody Hines, scheduled next, Texas and New Mexico. Now, first of all, and I'm sure that even some of the novice fans have recognized, the ropes these guys use are not tied hard and fast to that saddle horn. They dally the rope around the horn after they make the catch. And that's a very delicate move. The last thing you want to do is to get one of your fingers in that dally, because when that rope comes tight, it does it in a hurry, and it is tight around that horn. Well, they know how to do it. It's a thumbs up project. Long shot and nailed him. Look, that's a good run. I mean, now Thomas used all of that nylon to reach that one, and Cody was right on target. New leader, 6-3.
Paul David Tierney and Jace Crabb, they've got their fingers crossed right now. They're in the number 2 spot with an 8.6, but they're certainly not safe. We've got a lot of talent. There's the leaderboard. And Chuck Dobler from Victoria. Book Ledoux, he's from Louisiana on the Heelan side. Big old boy, and I'll tell you what, he can handle a rope like none other. You watch him get after it. Justin, don't move. They might be coming right at you, and I don't want you to get run over.
Not going to move an inch right here.
Be careful out there. Nice. There's the heels. No problem. No problem. 7.7 moves him into the number 2 spot. That 8 and 6 now down to third. Camper Clinic 2 bringing you all of our replays. That's a beautiful screen, all 4 of them all the way around. Keep your eyes on it. We'll keep you on top of all the action.
I feel really bad, Wayne.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Well, I went off into the stands just to kind of mingle. And my wife is here with my triplets in row NN right there on the front row.
Yeah?
The babies were being very well behaved until I went up there and held one. Now they are all screaming. So I would just like to apologize for the screaming babies in row NN. My bad. Sorry, honey. My wife just loves when I point her out of rodeos every time.
You know what? We should put them on camera.
Yeah, we should. You know,
do that.
All right, here come the Olsen boys. Logan and Jordan. Well, now, they perhaps have done this a time or two. What do you think? So you're waiting for a barrier penalty or something to destroy that run, aren't you? Don't wait. Don't wait. It's not coming. 5 and 3, and the Olsens are number 1. Nice. Nothing to it.
We're coming down to the wire here as we recognize our final team to rope today. Folks, I won't ask you to do this again tonight, I promise you that. But I'd like to ask you to do this one time. Maybe a little noise before the run. And the reason why is the team riding into the box, they are the reigning world champion team ropers. How about giving them a nice hello? Clay Tryon and Jade Corkill.
I'll tell you what, let's do. Without any music, let's just get our hands going. Everybody right here. Get it going right here.
Okay.
Everybody.
Gotcha.
Everybody.
There we go. Kind of get the energy level right.
Wait, everybody stop. Hold on, stop.
What? What?
I got off a little bit. Okay, start again. Here we go.
Not only are they the reigning world champion team ropers, they're also number 1 in the world today. Keep that energy flowing. Keep the energy flowing. Here we go. All right, come on. Corkill cleaning up the backside, no problem. Wow. 5 and 6, no penalties. That'll guarantee those two a stop back in the playoff rounds here at Rodeo Austin. Little welcome to Jake and Taylor Butler keeping the arena cleaned up for us tonight. It was fast and furious. There are the 4 teams that'll be moving on to the playoffs. Folks, if you've enjoyed the team roping, how about we give them all a nice thank you one more time before they're gone.
You know, they bring us all of the sports and they do it live from the University of Texas. Here is a word from our sponsors of the bronc riding. Take a look. It is our friends from the Long Network. Saddle bronc riding, cornerstone of our game. And we are clear down at the far end. They've got one loaded.
Dean Wadsworth of Ozona, Texas is going to start us off. Bucking horse called Chisholm Trail is what he's drawing this afternoon. You can be the greatest bronc rider in the world, but if you don't draw the right bucking horse, you can't win. You got to have a little lady luck smiling over your shoulder. Get the right horse under your saddle, and you might get out of town with about $11,000 at Rodeo Austin. Come on, Dino, nod your head.
The papers and the trash.
Attaboy.
Or you don't get no spending cash.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't spend that kitchen floor, you ain't gonna rock and roll no more. Yakety yak.
Don't go back.
Just
We saw a flag hit the ground, and I was just double checking to make sure that was exactly right. The mark-out rule is in effect. If you don't have your feet, that very first jump out of the bucking chute, you don't have your feet above the shoulders, that's where that mark-out rule will get you in trouble. It results in a no score for the Cowboy. They fell back down into the shoulders. Watch the next guy. I'll bet you can see it happen with our next contestant.
Well, he is certainly one of the bright young stars. One of a brother team that is here. They come from Big Valley. in Alberta. And this is Zeke Thurston. He's in the top pick. Look at him. Man. Oh, yeah. So a huge win at Tucson, Arizona not long ago, but I think came up a fraction of a second too short. Look at the clock at the far end. Now that's unofficial, but our officials do carry a stopwatch, and it has to be 8. It was 7.64. Well, don't let him leave too disappointed, okay? That is a bright young star, great young bronc rider.
And wish him better luck next time.
The future of our game looks very, very promising with talent like these two kids right here, and I think I'm old enough to call them kids. They're a next-generation stars. Their dad was a 7-time Wrangler National Finals qualifier in the saddle bronc riding as well. You just met Zeke Thurston. He's the older of the two boys. Here comes the younger, Wyatt Thurston, Big Valley, Alberta. Red Wings, the bucking horse that we might see in the bareback riding or the saddle bronc riding. Skeeter Thurston, that's the dad that I was talking about. These kids, when they were younger, about that tall, they had one of the best acts in rodeo. Yeah. Trick riding and spinning ropes and
I know it.
cracking whips, the whole deal.
They could do it all. You know, Wayne, we were talking about the markout rule a moment ago, and you described it accurately. We have not really offered the audience, and maybe have a moment to do that, we would have a rule like that. Well, first of all, it was designed by the Cowboys. They volunteered it. It is designed to give the horse the advantage, and let me tell you why it does that. If you ride him with your feet up in that neck area, the first jump out, and you have to be, as Wayne told you, be in contact with the horse when he completes that first jump. Well, if you do that, you've given the horse a chance to buck you off. You've given him the Sunday punch. And if you don't do it, they don't penalize you for it. They disqualify you for it. So it's a serious deal. This young man knows all of that. Been there, done that, and as Wayne said, he's a great bronc rider. Watch, shoot, 5. The horse would behave, and he didn't. Kind of sitting down like a big old hunting dog right now. He says, we got to get things a little bit better than that. It's not going to happen, you know.
Ooh. Got a little attitude problem going on down there, huh? The big guy on the front of the bucket chutes, that's Benny Butler, his stock contractor. What he does is he puts a real loose rope around that horse's neck, and then he twists it right through the gate on the bucket chute. What that does is that helps that horse from flipping over and mashing our cowboys and hurting them bad. That inside that bucket chute, that's the most dangerous place in this whole arena. So we got to make sure they're calm, they're standing good, standing still, let the cowboy get down in there and get his feet in the stirrups. Now watch Clint Hopping right here from Texas. You can cheer for those Texas boys a little more, no problem. Paperclip is a horse that we've seen not only in Las Vegas, but a lot of our short round rodeos around the country. Oh yeah! Hey, hey, hey! We have a qualified ride. Attaboy, Clint, attaboy. Fear the beer. 70 points, 72, looking good, looking good. Now, he's just got to outdo the next half a dozen or so cowboys to get back to that playoffs, because all of the scores are erased once you enter into that playoff situation. So lion's share of the money come that final performance, the championship round at Rodeo Austin. We're going back to the horse with the attitude problem now, I think, aren't we?
They've got him standing up good now. You were talking about moving on to the playoffs. Do you know that there is approximately $250,000 in the playoffs? So it's imperative that you make the cut right here today. Well, the first thing you have to do is challenge the draw. That's important in rodeo in every event. Certainly extremely evident here in the saddle bronc riding. All right. There's the young man from Alberta. Yep, maybe. So I'm sure that Wyatt would tell you that big bay horse is a handful today. But again, you see our official retrieving that flag. The veteran fans, I'm sure, noticed it flying the very first jump out. So again, it's a violation of the mark-out rule. Not there at the right time. Costs you the ride. Tough break for the Thurston kids. Having a little trouble today.
All right, down to chute number 2 is where we're headed. By the way, if you got folks that are at home or maybe they live far away that would like to be involved in Rodeo Austin, live streaming the rodeo online at rodeoaustin.com. Just log on and you can understand why this is named one of the best rodeos in the country. RodeoAustin.com and at KITV.com. Our first 10 performances will be on television right here in Austin. Okay, back to Shorty Garrett. South Dakota Cowboy, Navajo Sun is a horse that'll carry about a 75 buck-off ratio. Let's see if he can get him rode today. Whoa! Come on, stay there. Stay there. Oh, no! Oh, boy. The big guy in the white shirt on the back of the bucking chutes, he's the guy that deserves the applause. It is a stock provider that's been invited by Benny Butler. They come to us all the way from Canada and Montana. That bucking horse belongs to Mr. Greg Kessler. Would you give him a nice welcome to Texas? They have brought some of the best bucking horses in our game right here.
That one certainly is one of them. There's no doubt about that. We will return to South Dakota for a moment. Sam Leftwich of McLaughlin will go on a horse called Bookmark. Now, there are many, many stories back of the naming of rodeo livestock. Some of those we would be at liberty to share with you. Others we might leave in the private zone. All right, that's looking good. Don't do that. So everybody glancing at the lighted digital clock at the far end, you know the story. Short of the required 8-second ride. Look at that replay. Thank you to Camper Clinic, too, for giving us that opportunity. You know, he just got a little bit out of time with that left foot, and the horse brought him down. No score.
Let's come back to Texas. Jacobs Crawley, Stephenville, Texas. He is a Texas A&M graduate. Where's all the A&M folks here today, huh? We got to give a little equal opportunity. We give a little shout out for the UT folks earlier. Well, a little A&M time right here. Him and his brother, Sterling Crawley. Both these boys are great bronc riders. We've both seen them at our Wrangler NFR in Las Vegas, trying to win a world title several different times. And Waco, Texas is home to the All-American Pro Rodeo Finals. I know that you were right there when you saw this kid win that big event in October.
Yes.
Again, I'm going to say it a second time. The future of our industry looks great because of kids like this right here.
Boy, you have described him perfectly, and he is so athletic. I love the spirit of Jacobs. You know, win, lose, or draw, I'll bet you one thing, this arena with a smile on his face. So the big old paint horse is looking out through the cracks in the gate. You can see that on the huge big screen. And if you want to cheer a little louder for a Texas bronc rider, when that gate opens, don't hold. All right, Jacobs, give us 8. Yes, sir. He will. Thank you for doing that. And I do not enjoy giving you the message required right now. See that flag lying on the ground? Now, I don't know if we could bring that replay back again or not, but it was the left foot that came out. Might be on the offside, a little hard for you to see, but our official is right there. See, when the horse completes the jump, when his front feet touch the ground the first time, that's when your feet have to be there, and it came out too soon.
Man. What's the deal with the markouts today? Let's don't do that anymore. Leighton Green from Meeting Creek, Alberta, Canada. He won the finals at one of our big indoor rodeos of the year, Denver, Colorado. It starts in January. It kind of kicks off all the big indoor rodeos of the year. He's already won a big pile of money there. He's having a great year. The horse he's drawing today called Summer Trip for the Canadian Cowboy. Boy, they are snowbirds. We had a bunch in Tucson, Arizona 2 weeks ago, and we got a bunch right now here in Texas. Yeah, good. Charge, charge, charge. I'll tell you what, he handled that horse just right. And it doesn't matter what the score is today, he's going to be able to move on into our playoffs with only 2 qualified rides today. That's great. But he's going to like the score pretty good anyway. It's going to pay him a nice check. 70-point ride goes to number 1 for the Canadian man. 76, thanks to Camper Clinic 2 for bringing us all of our instant replays. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the classic event in rodeo. That's where it all began 100 years ago. A lot of great young talent down here. Would you give a little bit more of that Texas hospitality to our bronc riders before they get going? Thank you, boys.
What a great afternoon at Rodeo Austin. We have all of the major events of Pro Rodeo. And coming up next, tie-down roping.
There's another look at it for you right now. First 10 performances, you qualify for the playoff 4 performances. From there, 2 contestants from each of those move into the finals. So we'll have 8 contestants in every event on the very final performance at Rodeo Austin. $500,000 rodeo. You can bet your bottom dollar the best of the best are here over the next 10 days trying to make it. Over 600 cowboys and girls will stick their Justin boots into this dirt before it's all said and done. All right, let's start them off with Ty Thompson. Breckenridge, Texas. There's Jake and Taylor Butler back in, horseback. That's the next generation. 5 generations of the Butler family. I'll bet they're producing this rodeo 40 years from now. You want to bet?
They probably will be. And you and I will be here to watch that, right?
You bet.
Sure we will. All right. Yeah, man, he did reach. He got there. Now to string the front leg of that calf. You bring up the 2 hind legs. Normally 2 wraps and a half hitch to complete it. Now Ty will be mumbling to himself. He had planned to trim it down, but he is clean. No barrier penalties, so now the calf kicks free before the passing of the Ty inspection. And I guess, Ty, it was just not meant to be today. So it will be an official no time for our opener.
Ain't that a shame?
It's a shame.
My tears fell like rain.
You like to fish?
I love to fish.
Tell you what,
Why'd you ask?
there's a brand new boat. We're going to give away a brand new boat. An Epic
Oh, I know.
22 boat with an Evinrude E-Tech engine, $48,000 boat.
I know, and you know what? I went to a trailer company last Thursday to see if they had a ball for the hitch of my motorhome that will fit that boat, because I'm taking that baby. I'll tell you why here in a moment. Okay, Trent Walls, Stephenville, Texas, former national finalist. He is a man that knows the science of tie-down roping extremely well. And he, like most of these people you see competing, will tell you that that good horse is 70% of what it's all about. See the horse back on that rope? Just enough to help him, but not hinder him. That is perfect work by the horse. That's exactly what Trent expects from him. 12 5/10 if the cap will stay tied, and I think he will. So, Wayne, tell me about the boat. I may not win it, but I'm going to try.
The ushers all around the arena, they have tickets. They have tickets on their body, in their possession. $10 for that boat right there, valued a little bit more than $48,000. That's our big giveaway this year, so get your raffle tickets. And remember, whether you're buying a soda pop or a hot dog or raffle tickets, it all goes to the kids. We rodeo for the kids at Rodeo Austin. Pretty proud of that. Let's go to Clint Cooper now. Sanger, Texas. He's a 5-time Wrangler NFR qualifier, and if you look close at his face, right there, see that guy? He looks just like his dad. I know there's a few of you in our grandstand saying, well, it sure looks like Roy Cooper. Well, he should. That's his boy. One of 3 great roping cowboys in our business. Clint Cooper. We've seen him in Las Vegas many times. The world title. He hasn't done it yet, but it's not over. I can tell you that for sure. Come on, Clint. He's in a hurry right now. You just got to beat. There you go. There we go. This is one of my favorite things about this format that we've been talking about here tonight, this afternoon. You only got to beat 7 guys. That's it. You only have to beat 7 guys to advance on, and 4 out of the 8 will advance. So that's pretty good odds right there. He will stay down. How about giving Clint a little something? That's a great run. 8.8 on a Sunday afternoon.
You know, while so many of us are enjoying a weekend off, for you folks in the audience, we have approximately 1,500 volunteers at this event every year. They volunteer their time. Many of them take their vacation. They take their days off. They do it for the kids, as Wayne had pointed out earlier, but boy, the dedication is just so tremendous, but so is the goal. Dennis Ludke, Hempstead, Texas. He had to reach. Now he knows this thing can continue to pick up speed, and he wants in there. Nice. He just drew a hard-running calf. Now he won't be 8 like Cooper, but you consider how far he had to run that calf to catch him, and he still comes in at 11-4. But the calf did not get up. Good. That one stays.
Boy, that's a little luck of the draw right there. That calf was trying his hardest to kick free, and if that happens, it results in a no time. So we're good. Everything's fine. Except the calf says, hey, I want to go back here with my buddies. It's going the wrong way. He says, I know there's some feed here somewhere. You may be wondering what some of our contract personnel do when it's not rodeo time. Well, here's a little taste of what they do.
Wake up, lawless, post up, lawless, round round in it, lawless, flossing on that,
lawless. But they look so much better after that beauty treatment, didn't they?
Don't you know their mothers are proud? They wear more makeup than mom, work on the weekends.
I know. Well, in fact, they are the only male adults, I assume, in this building today that are wearing makeup. I don't know that for sure. Okay. We're going to go right back to the roping, and these guys do not prepare for their event in that fashion. That I will share with you. Chris DeMasis, Boyd, Texas. All right. Boy, I mean, did he draw a running calf? And I mean, that good sorrel horse just put it in. Now that is a good run. Let me tell you, that's not the fastest one we've seen today, but that may be the best one we've seen today. And I mean, old Sarley really had to get it in passing gear and did it too. You know what, Chris? You can be mighty proud of that. I know that's not the fastest calf you've tied, but you're in there pretty darn solid with a 10-1. That was good.
Here's a question for you, by applause. How many folks in our building here this afternoon, how many folks here are transplants to the state of Texas? How many folks here are from outside the state of Texas? Make a little noise if you're from outside. You came to Texas. Welcome. I'm there with you. I'm there with you. Now, here's the other side of the question. How many folks here tonight are proud to be born and raised in Texas? Where's those people at? Whoa. Pretty lively bunch here on Dwight Yoakam Day at the rodeo. Ryan Thibodeau is a Texas boy from Stephenville, trying to beat that 8 that's in the number 1 spot right here. He got him caught in a hurry. Now wrap him up, you! I think we're okay on the barrier. No penalties. As long as he stays down, he's going to be pretty happy with that. Moves him to the number 2 position. He will stay down. How about 9-1 for the Stephenville boy? 9-1. That was fast.
So, you know, as I continue to allude to these good horses, the question may have crossed the mind of some of you. What would a horse like the one you just watched right there cost? Well, first of all, I don't think you're going to find that one for sale. But if you're in need of a fully trained, frontline competition roping horse, you better get ready to pay anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000. I'm not sure you'll get it done with either. Adam Gray, Seymour, Texas. He is number 10 in the World Championship race. He is a former winner of the national finals. He is a former winner of the All-American Tour. He won the Denver Rodeo a little bit earlier. He is a civil engineer as well as being a top roper. Boy, I mean, you better pull your hat down now. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be quick. And that calf kicked him at the wrong time. Oh, and now the bad news. He left the starting box too early. The 10 and 6 would have put him in the top 4, but the broken barrier penalty will take him out. 20 and 6.
I'm sending you a big bouquet of roses.
I don't think roses are going to help the situation. Rusty, will you give him a peek at that leaderboard? Okay. We're down to the wire here. The 4th place hole right now is 11.4. Chad Colby from College Station, Texas, has got a little pressure on him right now. He's going to have to be 11-3 or quicker to move into our playoff situation and get in position to win the big check. The final performance of Rodeo Austin pays $8,000. So if you win the first round, the playoff round, and the finals, that's how we get to that total of about $11,000. So the pressure's on, and that's okay. A lot of our contestants do their best when the pressure's on. Chad, good luck. Welcome to Dr. Stephen Gola, our official veterinarian on duty. 24/7 whenever we're rodeoing, we take care of our stock, and we're proud of that. See that rope tucked in his belt? Watch when he bails off of his horse. That's called a jerk line, and it helps that horse. Watch. All right, good loop. Gonna have to be quick on the ground. Yeah. You're there. Wow. Oh, he was in a hurry trying to get to that playoff spot. Make sure that calf does not kick free, and he's trying. I think he's good. How about a 9.5? He made it. Well, the next generation of the Cooper family is going to emerge number 1 here on a Sunday afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, those Cowboys all put out 100%. Get them a little bit more of that noise before they're gone. Thanks, boys.
You know, one of the favorite events of the afternoon for many is just moments away. Let's go to the big screen. We'll let you in.
It is a brand new eco diesel. I'm trying to talk my wife into having one of these trucks, and the reason why, it's the newest motor that Chrysler Motor Corporation has come out with. It's a little V6 diesel. It's got a lot of power. It's got more torque than the Hemi, if you can believe that. And here's the big deal: gas mileage, fuel mileage, I should say, diesel fuel, 29 miles to the gallon. Ooh, that's what I want for Christmas right there. Ram half-ton, Motor Trend's Truck of the Year 2 years in a row, 13 and 14. Let's go to them.
Well, it is a horse race, as the name implies. We time it right down to the 100th of a second. And Laura Kennedy from Quitman, Arkansas, will come through the gate first. What we encourage you folks to do, and many of you know the play, when they come off of that third barrel, that's when we can cheer them to the timeline and not interfere with their run whatsoever. Riding a barrel horse correctly, doing it well, teaching them the pattern, these are things that we can certainly commend these girls for being able to do. But a down barrel is a 5-second penalty for each one that you knock over. Wow, that is not the planned way we were going to be in this event. So 15:48 moves way up by 10 seconds in penalties, 25:48.
I'm going to put all my money in the next, okay, not all of it, most of it. How's that? Most of my money.
That's good.
I'm going to bet on the next cowgirl. Shelley Morgan, Canton, Texas. This is one of our former Texas Circuit Champion cowgirls. The way rodeo works, the more money you win at the little rodeos, the bigger ones you get invited to. This is a star in the barrel racing game in the state of Texas. And when she gets to that third barrel, this is where we could use a little help about now. Atta girl. 15:49 puts her in the number one spot. Nicely done, Shelley.
That'll give you a pretty good idea of the pace. We have set the arena pace for you. But here is a lady that has broken it time after time, no matter where you are. She is number 2 ranked in the race for the world title in the WPRA. Alexa Lake from Richmond, Texas. Number 2 in the world. It's okay, let her know. Wow, what a run. 15:42, and she is no stranger to the number 1 spot, and that's right where she is now.
Okay, 15:42 is in the lead. The reason I wanted to say that is because I think it's in danger right here. Callie de Perrier from Bernie, not too far from home. She's number 4 in the world standings today. She has won one of our big rodeos of the year, Kissimmee Champions Challenge in Florida just a couple of weeks ago. Come on, Callie. Tonight's your night. That was a great turn on number 1. Do it again, do it again. Yep, you're good. You're good. Now, turn and burn.
I get around, yeah, get around, round, round.
Oh my, 1/100th of a second. She's in the number 2 spot. Look at that. Very smooth.
My goodness. And I mean, that horse was moving, wasn't he? We're going to return to the Lone Star State. In fact, we've been there the majority of the racers so far. Ravenna Gordon is in now. She elects to go to the left barrel first. So that will constitute 2 right turns by the sorrel horse. And a little Texas enthusiasm brings her home. Another good run. Penalty free, 15:47. So now we are 42, 43, 47, 49.
Wow. 7/100ths of a second separate the top 4. Here comes a California superstar, Ann Scott, Canyon Country, California. She might win the award today for being the farthest away from home on our contestant side of deals. A little wide on one, that's okay, and take a little paint off of 2 and 3, you'll be good. Bring him around.
Fun, 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 till the daddy takes the TV away.
You can see about 1 second is what it cost her. One little stumble can cost you a lot of money. Tough luck for Ann Scott.
Coming up the alley next will be Kelly Carrington. She lives in Boston, Georgia, but spends an awful lot of her time in the western half of our country. She is rodeoing full time, and she and this horse have been making some good marks. All right, Kelly. It's a pretty tough top 4 right now. An errorless run is what we're looking for. No penalties, and we are clean. That's good. Texas Hospitality helps her to the line. 15:43, and she is in for part of it.
Wow, look at those times on the big screen. There's only one more lady who's going to try to unseat one of those 4. It's Michelle McLeod of Whitesboro, Texas. All right, come on, good. She as well as a national finalist. She might goof up the leaderboard right now. Go. Wow. She took over the number 1 spot. Nicely done, Michelle.
Man, oh man. You know what? Wayne, I think that we would be negligent if we did not commend our ground crew for preparing this ground the way they have. Now, bear in mind, you had an awfully lot of rain, as you know, in the past 3 weeks, so the dirt brought into the building was a little damp to begin with. And these guys and gals have worked their heart out, prepared it. Good job, gang. Did you enjoy the barrel race today? I got a feeling that you did. My goodness, yes.
Well, I warned you at the beginning of our barrel races. We give you one more look at a beautiful Ram Tough truck. One section is going to win a prize from Sonic. You are awfully lucky tonight if you are sitting in section SS. Everybody in section SS gets a prize from Sonic. Stay in your seats. We're going to have our ushers pass out the coupons. Thank you to Sonic, America's drive-in, for doing what you do.
Hey, nice gift. You see the entire section across the way. All right. Now, you've heard this term before, the hit song of Pro Rodeo. You may wonder what we're talking about. I'll tell you what. As the lights go down, go to the screen with us. This will tell you the story right here. Get your hands and your feet going. Raise them up high. It's time for bull riding. Rodeo Austin. Go to chute number 3. Trevor Castor, Ardmore, Oklahoma. Here we go. Good man. And I mean the big red white-faced bull did come around sharp. Well, there is a top 10 cowboy and a former winner of this rodeo that comes down quickly. Wow.
Well, I'm sure you noticed the three cowboys in front of the buck and shoots. Their job is to save lives. We spent about $1 million to bring you one of the best rodeos in the country. Why would we do that and not spend a little more to bring you three of the best cowboy lifesavers in the game? Their names, Aaron Ferguson, Nathan Harp, and Weston Rutkowski. Give them a nice hello, your bullfighters extraordinaire.
Boy, and they have really done a tremendous job. And if you're here last night, you know what we're talking about. Jordan Salmons, Splendora, Texas. The bull has a brand of 040. Young Jake Butler just named him. They call him Throwback Jack.
Really? Really?
That's exactly what he said.
Jordan Salmons, Splendora, Texas. AFP brings us the bullfighters. We're glad they're here. All right. Taking safety one step farther. He's got the helmet on. Oh, boy. Whoa. It ain't over yet. Watch out. You know where that bull's going to sleep tonight? Anywhere he wants to. Yeah. Sheesh. Oh, heads up, boys. Watch him. Watch him. Watch him. He will ruin your day, your week, and your entire month. Oh, no. Justin, are you okay? Are you all right? You all right? Oh, yeah. He's ready to fight now. Look at him. Sure he is.
Did you notice how cool he is in that barrel?
I know.
He isn't afraid of anything. You know what?
I love it. Look good in here. Hey, Hadley.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, let me get this bull by. I want everybody to look at me in this barrel. Everybody here, look at this blue barrel with me in it.
Yeah, okay. We got you.
And be completely honest.
What?
Do I look like Kim Kardashian in a blue dress?
Stop it. Stop it.
Matter of fact, yes.
Zinger. Sweet.
Scotty Knapp, Albuquerque, New Mexico. There's a bird's eye view of the bull rider as he takes his wrap. Around the back of the hand, right back through the palm of the hand. Create a little bubble right there. Right back through. And he laces it through the pinky finger. Watch that tail. He'll put that tail right up on the hump of that bull's back. There it is. Scotty Knapp, Albuquerque. Bull called Blast Off out of chute number 3. That bull's kind of squatting down in there a little bit. Sheesh. He's already 75 points. They haven't even opened the gate yet. Hang on, Scotty. Hang on. Rhett Butler trying to get him to stand a little bit better for Scotty. He's one of our Turquoise Circuit Finals champion cowboys out of Arizona, New Mexico. Trying to win a berth to our Ram National Circuit Finals rodeo. He's ready. He's ready. I don't know what Benny and Rhett Butler was thinking about today, but they have loaded some pretty snorty little bulls here this afternoon. Get him lined out, little fake. Oh, yank, oh, oh, oh. I'll bet that teaches Justin to keep his hat in his barrels. Oh, this is a bad idea. A bad idea. Ladies and gentlemen, we need these guys healthy. They have 13 more performances to fight here at Rodeo Austin. They save lives. They're 3 of the best young guys in our business. How about a hand to the AFP Bullfighters one more time tonight for doing what they do as well.
Is he supposed to let his rope go, or what's going on with that?
I don't know.
Here's the deal, Hadley.
You know what they're trying to do is get another rope on him, and then you see if they're successful, Justin. One horse will go on one side of the barrel, the other horse on the other side of the... Well, that doesn't sound like a good idea, does it? What?
Okay,
So?
here's what's going to happen.
What?
If that bull is not at the arena in 15 minutes,
Yeah?
I'm going to get on a bull. That's
Okay.
true.
Well, we just happen to have time. You
just
see
gonna-
that?
I'm going to scoot this out of the way. I don't know where we're going.
So if the bull could talk a moment ago, it kind of would have been okay for you and the horse you rode in on, right? Is that it?
That bull's extremely angry.
Yeah, he's angry.
In
Why?
the words of the crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, my
oh.
God. Right now is extremely dangerous. It's a large bull with a white face and huge horns. I sent that far away to try to put him right in the... No, not again. Not again.
I can't believe that happened.
I'm okay.
Hey,
I'm okay.
Was there, Justin, was there a short in your microphone?
I'm okay. My belly hit my chin, and I lost my air for a minute.
Well, it's not very far away. It didn't have far to go. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the replay. Was this planned? No.
Okay, there's two people here that's no longer getting Christmas cards. This dude and that dude.
And that dude. You got it.
I'm deleting you off Facebook, Shandon Stalls from McLean, Texas.
Chris Roundy is our bull rider from Utah. The buck and bull named the Trigger Man is what he's drawn today in chute number 4. We've seen this young man finish in the top 20 in the world standings several times before. He's got lots and lots of talent. With the right bull, he can win any rodeo, anytime, anywhere. Tonight, or today, all we need is a qualified ride. That's it. We have a random draw on these bull riders to see who moves forward, just in case they don't ride them all. Come on. Little help about right here. Come on, stay there, Chris. Stay there. Yo-ho! He made it. He made it. Good. I'll tell you what, that bull was running him back off of that rope. He had to keep resetting his feet, keep hustling just to stay as close to that rope as he could. Barely made it, but it doesn't matter. He's number 1. 71 points for Chris Roundy today. 71.
John Mincy, West Plains, Missouri, and a black bull called Holy Smokies. This bull is owned by a young Jake Butler, and they ride him every now and then, and they've won a lot of money on him. But I want you to know that Jake is always rooting for the bull. Let's see. It could happen right there. No, man. He typically will spin to that left and get the job done. And he did. All right, Jake. Your bull did it again today. All right.
Well, I was bragging on our bullfighters a little bit earlier as that 71 moves forward, and I'm going to brag on them again. These guys not only protect cowboys and save lives, but they also compete throughout the year in what's called the American-style freestyle bullfighting. How close can you get without getting hit? That's kind of the name of the game. Now, inside bucket chute number 4 is a bull. It is one bad mamma jamma. Watch this. Ooh, look at the horns on that boy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride to the liquor store around the corner. The boys say they want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna be a buzz like I had last.
Nicely done, boys. Now, if you're wondering what it looks like from their vantage point, watch this. We've got a GoPro on, and these guys, I mean, they take a licking and keep on ticking no matter what happens. Oh, boy. Watch this. Here comes the bullfighter, running in for the save. Yikes. That happens. That is a handshake from a world champ that says thanks for what you do, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've enjoyed them, how about a hand for bull riders and bullfighters? Chris Roundy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to give me about 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes of your time, because I want you to meet a very special guest and a dear friend of mine. We're going to ask her to ride in now. She is a young 13-year-old by the name of Olivia Twining. And I want to share with you some of the unique things about this pretty young lady. She is a cowgirl at heart. She loves her horse Quattro. That's a 2-year-old Palomino Gilting. She actually helped with the birth of that horse, has raised him, has broken him to ride, and she is just an example of what the great youth of America and Texas is all about. I wanted to talk to you about the importance of the ticket that you bought today, but she said, why don't we do this first? Why don't we show our audience something that you never, ever get to see? Doesn't matter what rodeo you go to, you don't see the bucking horses in their everyday clothes. The last time you watched them They had a rope on them, a saddle on them, or a halter, or a bridle, or something of that nature. Here, you're seeing them in the raw flesh, just exactly the way we love them in professional rodeo. Every bronc rider that makes his living on them, he loves them, respects them. The men and women that own them, care for them, they are very, very special to us in rodeo. And I want to thank you, Olivia, for that thought. But I also want to talk to the folks for just a moment before we bid them good afternoon from rodeo about what happened when you made the decision to come to this rodeo today. When you bought a ticket or a soft drink or a sandwich or a bag of popcorn, you just inched a young lady like this a little closer to her dream. Because I'll tell you what she has in her plans. She wants to attend medical school, and with the hope of people like Rodeo Austin, it might just happen. Would you thank them and tell them good afternoon in the same fashion for me, my dear? That's what we're all about. That's the mission of Rodeo Austin. We wanted to leave you with that flavor, and we hope you had a wonderful time at the rodeo here today.
Beautifully done. Our young people. It is the future of not only rodeo, but the future of our entire world. Congratulations to them all. Now, American Bank of Commerce, remember I said we're going to get you involved here, okay? I want you to vote. We're going to show you the 3 rides of the night, okay? You get to vote however you want to vote, whoever you think deserves it. Watch this. Here comes the first ride. Kenny Hayworth and the bareback. This is from today's performance. Wow. Okay, we're going to vote right after we show all 3 of them. Here comes a bronc rider. This is one of those Thurston boys from Alberta. Zeke Thurston making a good ride. Dismount a little rough around the edges, but looked pretty good. Now, one more ride of the night. Anybody might make ride of the night. Who's this? Oh, yeah. How about that guy? He got a little ride in the barrel a couple of times today. Okay. It's time to vote. The bareback rider, Kenny Hayworth. How many think it's the bareback rider that should win the ride of the night with his big dismount, huh? How many think it should be the bronc rider, Zeke Thurston, in the bronc riding with the good ride, huh? Not so many. How many think the clown should win the ride of the night tonight? Justin Rumford. Well, I'd say it's the bareback rider. He will win the American Bank of Commerce Ride of the Night. Thank you for playing along, everybody. Here's one more look at it. Thank goodness he's all right. That's the most important part. Wow, that leg got under him pretty bad right there. We're awfully proud of all of our partners.